Mikey and Suzanne's top five genre picks of 2024, part one. Today we are covering the science fiction part of our genres for our picks. The movies that she and I have seen a lot, we really enjoy every time we pop them in, we watch them. They're just really good, and we own these movies. So that's the best part is owning the films and being able to watch them again and again if we like. And in today's picks, there will be um, multiple it's multiple uh, choices we made based on because um, a lot of the movies are in the franchise, and we really love the franchise. In fact, when we do horror next week, for example, we love the entire Saw franchise, so we know that's going to be up there in our top five. And one week, one Sunday we'll do fantasy and adventure, and of course, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit and Harry Potter. They're all going to be there. So yeah, so you guys are gonna hopefully enjoy these picks that we're giving you today. Um, like I said, we're doing sci-fi today. Next Sunday around this time, maybe later. It depends on a question or trek. Since there's no a question or trek today, that's why we're doing it now. But later we will be courteous and wait until a question trek is done, and then we'll do our genre picks here on the webcam for YouTube. So. Yeah, so next Sunday, depending on when we start, it'll be uh, horror, and then after that, we'll do the adventure fantasy stuff. And then after that, it's up to you guys. You can pick, you can make your choices of which genres we should cover. We're going to cover music, we're going to cover film, we're going to cover TV, our favorite series on cable, like Westworld is going to be there. Um, Sliders, Warehouse 13, all of those, what we call a cable series genre, where we had like, things we liked and watched over the years and great stuff. So, yeah, there's plenty there. And what should be a lot of fun is Suzanne and I coming up with our music picks one time. Um, we'll probably do like, uh, you know, regular rock and roll, and then pop, and then alternative and metal, uh, country music, bluegrass. All the things that we've ever listened to. Uh, I'll do one weekend. I'll do my wife's uh, just for her top five of all time Canadian music genre picks, and then another weekend I'll do my top five all time American music, where we came down there in the United States before I moved here permanently to Canada. So, yeah, that should be fun too. That'd be in the future. So, anyway, let's get to it. So, starting at number five, we have a really great film that came out less than 2 years ago. It's called Nope, spelled Nope, like the word nope, but it's also an acronym for Not of Planet Earth, and it was very good. I mean, the basic plot was that it was in the California hills, right around uh what's the towns out there? I'm trying to remember. Hmm. Well, anyway, I'll probably remember some other time. But anyway, so it's out in the high desert mountains there, California, and basically what happens is there's an alien, flies around. It's inflatable, does all sorts of stuff. It affects this California ranch that's out there. A couple of African American Americans who their father was uh, featured in the first like silent film about a racehorse and things like that. It's very cool. It's very well done. We thought it's a great sci-fi kind of a horror film because it does have a big alien that likes to digest people and leave behind, you know, valuables, watches and yeah, necklaces and stuff, and just eats the whole person. Does it to cows, does it to horses, you name it, everything. Um, but it's very good. But it's a very good movie, and we liked it. We owned it. We got it. So yeah, and it's from that director, Tyler Perry, who he did movies such as All of Us and Get Out and some horror films that he did, and it's very good. But this one, Nope, is like it's a great horror film, but it's also a good sci-fi. I think it's more sci-fi because of the alien aspect of it. So and a very unique UFO, by the way. It really was cool. Yeah, so we just wanted to use that. That was cool. So yeah, that's number five. Now, also tied for number five are actually two different franchises. We ended up buying all four of the Men in Black franchise, including international. So Men in Black, Men in Black 2, Men in Black 3, and then Men in Black International with Chris Hemsworth. And yeah, they're good. They're good. On a given day, if we feel like it, we'll just go ahead, pop them in, and watch them. And yeah, so very good. Yeah, and yeah, International is okay. I mean, it had Liam Neeson in it, so it's not so bad. Um, and then, of course, the originals with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, but and I am partial to the third one because I like Josh Brolin, and he played Thanos. Come on, I mean, that's gonna be in our adventure fantasy picks, as I told you. That'll probably be one of those picks for sure. Is the Avengers franchise? Every movie that had the Avengers in them, not the individual ones, but we did like Iron Man, but that was but that's we like Robert Downey Jr. He's cool, but he'll be all a part of that Avengers thing eventually when we get to that genre. So, but anyway, like I said, so Men in Black, and then the other one we like is, of course, the entire Star Trek franchise, and that's all. You know, so Men in Black franchise, Star Trek franchise. Yeah, the Star Trek franchise goes without explanation, right? It's just awesome. More than half of it. Well, they have a total of 13 movies. We have them all under Star Trek. I guess if you include Galaxy Quest as like a fit unofficially a 14th one, even though it's not really canon. There's that word canon again. Yeah, so but we like those, and every once in a while I like to pop in, Star Trek Two: Wrath of Khan or Star Trek Four: The Voyage Home because, especially Voyage Home, because I love my town of San Francisco, and even though it's gone to a disgusting way now, it's nice to see it back, in the early '80s when it was there, and it was fun, and yeah, so yeah, so like I said, for number five, we've got. Well, I'll recap. We'll recap everything when we're done. So hopefully my memory will still be there by by that time. Okay, so now we go to instead of four, we go to three because there are actually a couple we tied on number three, and on number three we have let's see, I'm trying to think. Okay, so number three we have two of Spielberg's, which I think are two of his best ones he did, which were Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then E.T. the Extraterrestrial, from '82, and Close Encounters from the early '70s. Yeah, great ones. I mean, they're just They're very good, and we finally got them, so I mean we can watch them. They're very good. And then I threw in a last minute pick for us. Now this movie, like Nope in a way, is horror, but it's also sci-fi, and it's The Cabin in the Woods because it actually works with modern day technology, and they trap these, uh, horrifying monsters from your nightmares and everything else in them, and it is so awesome. I mean, it is great. It is great, and because it involves this, secret society which is under there controlling things, you know, for horror, for people getting, sacrificed to the ancient gods, these big, giant gods that have ruled Earth before us and everything else, and it's very cool. And I knew my wife would like that. I threw that one in because we love to watch it. I mean, gosh, oh my gosh, that if it was a VHR or a VHR, what am I saying? VHS tape, it would be worn down by now. That thing would be worn out. But thankfully, it's a DVD, so yeah, we love to watch it, and it's good stuff. So yeah, very good. And she'll be right, so she'll really be surprised what I threw in last minute for number one. Okay, all right, so those three right there, and then for number one, we've got a mixture of sci-fi and horror. And so these are all tied, but I'm just going to go up from where it goes really, and then it just goes into it. So first of all, I've got the entire uh, Star Wars franchise from the very beginning, 1977 and onward. Love it. I don't care who you are out there that really are haters. If you don't like some of the prequels, so be it. If you don't like some of the sequels after Return of the Jedi in '83, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're a hater and I can't help you. I liked them. I liked them. I enjoyed them. Uh, I had the first three. Well, I have episodes. We have episodes 4, 5, and 6. We haven't got 1, 2, and 3. We haven't got 7, 8, and 9 yet. We're still trying to get. Um, well, we got Solo, Star Wars story that Ron Howard did, which is good. I like it. We've got the Clone Wars, which is one of their things they did, animated. And then the one I'm trying to get is also the one we're trying to get is Rogue One, which is a Star Wars story. We're trying to get that too. So yeah, there's a couple of Star Wars things we're trying to get, but we do have the three main ones, 4, 5, and 6, which are they can stand alone by themselves, and they're a great section of Star Wars. So yeah, we love those. They're right there. The next one would be the movie Dune from 1984. Now, there were three different versions that were put out, and the one I like the most actually is a 4.5 hour version, which only features a director's name called Alan Smithy. Now, the reason for that is before David Lynch went and mucked it up a little bit, and turned it down, or cut it down to about 2.5 hours, I think it was. Yeah. So before he did that, there was another director that worked, a couple of them actually, who worked on this film. And since they couldn't decide on who to name that worked on the 4.5 hour, which I consider a masterpiece. That's just me though, of course. But because I love it so much and I love watching it. So um, they went ahead and just went with a director called Alan Smithy. And they'll do that when they can't come up with a name of an actual director, or that director doesn't want to be noticed. He doesn't want to be put on the screen there for the credits. That's why they did that. But it's very cool. I love Dune. Dune for me is just awesome. Uh, and like I said, it's tied with Star Wars because I like all the Star Wars. Okay. Um, oh, Excuse me. I'm sorry, I hadn't seen that on screen, guys. Uh, yeah, it's cold outside. You can probably tell. It's 16 degrees, so I'm wearing my green sweater, some long pants. Very cold outside. Uh, 16 degrees Fahrenheit is cold, but we've had it down. We've had it down to minus 2 Fahrenheit. So yes, yeah, it's hasn't been pleasant. Um, okay, where am I at? Okay, so Dune, Star Wars. Okay, the next one. Before I get to the ultimate tie of number one, but it's probably the best one. Is a movie called Don't Blink. It's kind of a horror, kind of a sci-fi because it has Men in Black involved. Uh, there's a role that's played by Robert Picardo towards the end. He's a Men in Black guy. You've seen him in as the EMH, in Voyager, Star Trek Voyager, and other movies. He's very prominent. Don't Blink is very interesting, actually, in a way. And I guess I would call it more sci-fi because it's really weird. I mean, it's this, you know, mountain resort where they had Brian Austin Green is in it, and then you got Mena Solari, a few other people in it. And what happens is they go to this mountain resort, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they all start to disappear. And of course, they meet one weird guy along the way, and he disappears initially, and he comes back, but then they shoot him. He's bleeding all over the place. They bring him outside. You hear this last let, and then he disappears. And then when he disappears, all the blood that was on the floor and everything in the resort is gone. So, excuse me. So yeah, that's that one. That one is one of our favorite. I think that's probably our favorite all time. Is Don't Blink. Um, and yeah, let me just verify when that came out. Let's see here. Yeah, it's really a undiscovered classic. It really is good. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, Mina Savari and Zach Ward and Brian Austin Green, John Kelly. Yeah, that's from 2014. Yeah, okay, so that Don't Blink was from 2014. So okay, now also again tied with number one, and my personal favorite really is my personal favorite of all time is 2001: A Space Odyssey. And I guess in a small way, you could throw in the sequel 2010, which came later too, which 2010 featured Roy Scheider, and and the original featured Gary Lockwood, and it had a great. Uh, I think it's one of Stanley Kubrick's masterpieces. It could have led to the actual uh, legend, urban legend, or conspiracy that the moon landings were faked and that Stanley Kubrick was specifically chosen to do that, to film it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. So I really think that 2001, if it came down to a science fiction movie that, there it is, 19, my glasses. Yeah, 1968. Okay. Yeah, I missed it by a year. Okay. So yeah, 2001, which came out in 1968. Um, yeah, I was very little then. My dad brought me to see it though, so I know I did see it in the theater. I was very little then. We saw it, I think, a couple years later when before we uh, left for Arizona to move because we were living back there in California. So went to one of the smaller theaters to see it. Yeah, it was very good, and to me, it's still the quintessential. I mean, this is my opinion, but to some extent, Suzanne loves it too. Um, it's the quintessential sci-fi film for me. I really enjoy it. Oh, hey, how's it going? That Resolute Germ? Yeah. Hi, Germ. How's it going? Yeah, we're just about to do a recap of the ones I just covered here briefly. Yeah. There's a number of movies which, as I said, they're all tied because uh, we just couldn't go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because there's a lot of them. So we a lot of sci-fi films, and so we just had and some had a few horror, but most of it's sci-fi. So we kind of had to put them all together and everything. So no. This is I did say it was going to be a live webcam. I was just going to do it pretty much any time after a question of Trek, but since there's no a question of Trek today, sadly, because I went to check Twitter and they said that there was no question of Trek today about an hour ago. So I said, okay, well then I'll just go ahead and do the webcam now, and then next Sunday it'll be anytime after a question of Trek ends, whenever they do their segments. Yeah, it wasn't going to be recorded. It was going to be uh, a live webcam. Anybody could say anything they want in the webcam. You're here. I mean, if you have a personal sci-fi movie you like, you tell me there in the comments. I could read it. Um, let me get my glasses so I can read your statements. Okay. Yeah, love that. Okay, let's see. Woohoo, woohoo. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a recap. All right. Let's see if I can remember what I just said. Memory. All right. So, like I said, for number 5, it's the Men in Black franchise, it's the Star Trek franchise, and it's Nope, which is from 2022, which is good sci-fi, kind of a horror film. And tied for third, number 3, would be the movies, uh, E.T. the Extraterrestrial from 1981 and Close Encounters of the Third Kind in 1975. And the uh, oh yeah, and then the Cabin in the Woods. And let me go take a look when that came out again. Yeah, just a second. I should have had these years ahead of time. There it is. From 2011. Yeah, The Cabin in the Woods from 2011. So that was tied for third with the two movies from Spielberg. And then, of course, tied for number 1, there's 2001: A Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick, which came out in 1968. And then we have the movie Don't Blink, which came out in 2014, with Brian Austin Green and Mina Savari and Zach Ward. Then we have the entire Star Wars franchise, every movie that goes with Star Wars, starting from 1977 on until Rise of Skywalker in 2019, and then last but not least was Don't Blink, and oh, I said Don't Blink. Okay, I'm sorry. And then Dune from 1984, the 4.5 hour uh, movie. Really good, really good. So yeah, so that's our top five science fiction. I guess you could say a little bit of horror mixed in on a few of those choices. But our top five genre picks today for part one of 2024. Like I said, sometimes we'll run this after a question or trek, immediately after. It's not pre recorded. So I'm sorry, Jeremy, it won't be a recorded video. It's just going to be a live webcam. But that means you guys are invited to come and give your opinions if you want to, and let us know what you think. As I said, next week we're going to do horror genre. So we'll, Suzanne and I will discuss it and then we'll go over what we think is our best picks for horror next week, our top five. And then the following week, we're going to do adventure fantasy. Uh, and then after that, we'll let you guys make your decisions, tell us what you think should be the next top five picks. It could be from any franchise you want. It could be any music group. It could be a TV show. Could be anything you want. You just let us know, and we'll, if we get enough requests for it. And if you want to make those requests, like I said, you can leave the comments here on every genre pick webcam we do, or you can go to the community section of the Mikey Sue's 4 channel, and put in your picks there, and I can read those, during the week, and see what you guys want to do. Uh, and we'll do a Sunday for that. So yeah, should be a lot of fun. Now, just a reminder, don't forget this coming Tuesday again, Jay Aldridge and I will do a live stream for the A Team TV series. And right now we're working on season one, episode five, which came after last week's one we did, pros and cons. So there's another one that comes up. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow, mostly all day on Monday. Uh, to let you know what the episode is called and some of the main points in it, the main stars, whoever showed up in it as a guest star and so forth, who wrote it, who directed it. And Jay will be here with me to do that. That'll be on Tuesday. Then the next thing I want to mention too quickly is our next topic time. Now, we've done two so far, and we had a problem with one, and we fixed that. And there was another one we just did last Friday, which was a long one. I'm very tired from that. I'm still feeling the effects of that. But it was fun. And so we're trying to come up when we want to do another one that wouldn't be too late for some people. But then, of course, we don't want it to run into some of our other close friends like Germ, like, you know, Gorilla, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. We don't want it to run into their stream. So I think Jay and I agreed we could come up with Thursday night because PvP, of course, he's our friend too, and he'd like to be a part of it, and we like him in there, as well as Gorilla and Jerv, whoever wants to come in. Daniel's Hot Topics, he's good. We don't mind him in there. Uh, we're thinking maybe Thursday night is probably a good night to do it. Um, late night, maybe 9 o'clock, something like that. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Gap After Dark. Hello. Hello, Gap. And Gap says, hey, Mikey, Resolute. Yeah. And of course, Resolute thought this was going to be a recorded video. No, it's okay, Resolute. Don't feel bad. No, it is a live webcam. I just wanted to see if you guys wanted to check it out, just see what's going on. Since, like I said, there's no a question of Trek this weekend. There should be next week, but yeah. And hey, Gap. That's what he says. Hi, Gap. Yeah, he says, what's going on? Yeah, we're just finishing up here, Gap. It's you can listen back to it. It's a webcam where we gave our top five science fiction with a little bit of horror mixed in on a few of the movies we did. Our top five picks. Um, all time that Suzanne and I have seen, and which are our favorites, and we enjoy them. So, oh man, late. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Right. Okay. So, like I said, Tuesdays around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 3 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Mountain, and 1 o'clock on the Pacific Coast, is our A-Team series reviews, and then on, like I said, I think we'll go Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm just going to start straight up at 9. We'll go ahead and do our topic time. Our next topic live stream, uh, open panel. I can only fit on Restream. I can only fit up to 6 people. So be very picky and choosy who we get up there. Uh, and then of course, like I said, then the following Sunday, next Sunday, depends on when. Like I said, when a question of Trek ends, as soon as it's done, then we go right to our webcam here, live webcam, and do our genre picks. So, and that'll be the horror ones next week. So, next Sunday. So anyway, not much else. Suzanne and I are doing well. Things are okay. Uh, Great victory yesterday by my San Francisco 49ers over Green Bay. They beat them 24-21. Now they wait for the winner of today's game between the Lions and Buccaneers to go for the right to go to the NFC Championship game and possibly the Super Bowl. So I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be next Sunday. So I'll be watching on the 28th. Yeah, next Sunday. So that'll be cool. Anyway, I got 3 people in the chat. I love it, and I got a like. So, thank you, Mikey, or thank you for liking this webcam for Mikey and Suzanne, Mikey Sue's 4 channel. We appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys do for us. We are up to 116 subscribers, and we are trying for 34 more. So please like, subscribe, give the notification bell a ring so that you guys will know about these future events that are going to be coming up for us. That we're doing the best we can to put out there for you, the content to be the best we can do it, and how you guys will enjoy things. So and oh man, late it's Super Bowl 58, right? That is correct. That's correct. Yeah. Yep. 2 likes. Thank you. And now 3 likes. Oh, thank you. Yes, yes, I'm so happy, Gap. I really am, yeah. I really do want the 49ers to go all the way. I want them to win their 6th Super Bowl title and be right up there with the Steelers and the Patriots. Those two AFC teams have had it for long enough. Somebody from the NFC needs to come up there. Somebody very deserving. And I think this team has it all. They showed me a lot last night with their comeback, and yeah, they did good. Yeah, yay. Yeah, I'm tired of the Patriots. Yeah, they no longer exist, Cap. They're gone. Yeah, they're history. They've been history for a while. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Resolute Germ says, screw the 49ers. Ooh, Germ. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're waiting for, like I said, we're waiting for the Lions and Buccaneers. The Lions have never been there. Now, if the Illuminati, oh, sorry, Secret Society, sorry, YouTube, Secret Society, if they make it happen in the NFL, Lions will be there. But if they want the Buccaneers to be in there, don't let the Buccaneers go in there. Or they'll let the 49ers get what they deserve and get their 6th title, and that's it. Simple, right? Or the Ravens or the Chiefs. Could be anybody. That's what makes Super Bowls exciting. Is whoever's in there. Oh, hey, Dead Man Walking. Dead Man Walking 55. I said Dead Man Walking. That's not good. Dad Man Walking 55. Hey, how's it going? And Gab says, hey. Yeah. So, cool. Cool. Yeah, well, while I have you here, Dad Man, Who's your pick to win the Super Bowl this year? I got the 49ers all the way, baby. They proved a lot to me last night. Oh, yeah, I know Resolute Term. I'm sorry. It was supposed to be the Eagles, but then they went and screwed it up. Yes, they did. Gap says, when I was at UPS, I won tickets to the 2000 Super Bowl with the Tennessee Titans, and Tina Turner was performing. Yeah, I remember that. And that was the one where he comes up 1 yard short. Dyson. Yeah, Kevin Dyson. I remember that. Yeah, it's good, Mikey. Happens all the time. Yeah. So, Dad, man, who's your pick? Gap, who's your pick? Uh, if your team is not in there, who would you like to win? That's a good choice. Yeah, NFL put a lot of money to advertising brother versus brother rematch. It could happen over there at the Ravens. Yeah, it could happen. Could be Ravens 49ers again. So does that mean that because the game is in Las Vegas, which is a den of thieves as it is, that they could shut down the lights again before halftime? Oh, I don't want to go any conspiracy theory here. No, no, no. I don't want to do that. Ooh, I'm out of whack because of another typical Cowboys failure. Their performance. I don't really have a particular a team. I just enjoyed the game. Yes, that's good. Yeah. Oh, Resolute Germ. That hurts me to the pitch. You don't like the 49ers? Oh, he says, I don't care as long as it's not the 49ers. Well, who would you rather it be, Resolute? If it's not, yeah. Dadman Walking says, I'd say San Francisco, although I'm cheering for Detroit. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to be a realist here, okay? The 49ers have a lot of firepower. Now, recently in this game, Debo Samuel got hurt, with his shoulder. I don't know how serious that is, so I'll keep an eye out and an ear, find out what's happening with his situation, Debo Samuel. But otherwise, they have a complete team, and they're the favorites. They beat the best teams in the NFL this season. They did lose a couple heartbreaker games, happens. Um, but all in all, they're a complete team. And the Detroit Lions with Goff, wow, they've just been a big surprise this year. Um, I'll be honest, I did say I want my 49ers to go all the way. I really do because they're my home team. That's where I'm from. From the Bay Area. So I'm a diehard 49ers fan. I love it. But there's only three other teams I probably want to see in there, and if they get in there, maybe they'll do well. One of them is Baltimore Ravens because there's a player that my nephew Joseph played with. His name is Mark Andrews. They went to the same high school together in Scottsdale, Arizona, Desert Mountain High School. He got injured about halfway through the season, and he's been out for the remainder of the season now. And if there's anybody I'd like to see win that title, if it's not my team, I would say it would be Mark Andrews and the Ravens because he's such a great tight end. I mean, that without question. He's right there with George Kittle. Okay, so they're like neck and neck. Kittle, Andrews, yeah, yeah, I like those guys. Um, yeah, and I guess the other one I'm thinking of is the Chiefs because Mahomes is still there. I call him Mahomes. I do that because my mom, for some reason, is a really big fan of Patrick and the team. Now, does that mean she likes Taylor Swift? I hope not, because I hate Taylor Swift. Can't stand her. And she's in love with Travis Kelsey. Woohoo! You know, big deal. Uh, but yeah, if they get in, well, okay. My mom is, I love my mom. So, we'll see. We'll see if they get there to face my Niners. That'd be cool. Uh, yeah, and I guess in a way, there is probably just a small piece of my heart. for Detroit because number one, they never been there. Uh, they've only won one entire playoff game in their entire history, which I think was back in the early 2000s. And then the last thing they did win was back in 1957, and they called it the Bobby Lane Curse. Now, the only team up until 2009 that was cursed worse than them was the Cardinals. But now the Arizona Cardinals can say they've been to a Super Bowl, which was in 2009 with Kurt Warner as their quarterback. But of course, the Steelers beat them and got their sixth title from them. Beat them. Fairly close. That was a really close game. Well, you guys are telling me lots of stuff here today. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad, man. I'm breaking up a lot. It could be my microphone. It could be anything. Let's see here. No, it's lit up. It says it works. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Um, yeah, Resolute said if it isn't the Seahawks, the NFC shouldn't win in the playoffs. Okay, come on, internet, let Mike not break up. Thank you, Dad. Gotta run out of help. This is Dad, man. Have a good one. Thank you, Dad. No, well, appreciate being here. Later's Dad, man. Catch you soon, Mikey. Later's all. Thank you, Gap. Thank you, Gap. Okay. Well, I guess we'll shut it off here then. So thank you, Dadman Walking 55, Gap After Dark, Resolute Germ. Thank you guys for being in the chat with me today to help me uh, kick off this genre picks every Sunday afternoon on the webcam. We'll see how it goes. And oh yeah, that's just the static from the internet and the headset. Yeah, I tried to clean it out, Germ. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, thank you. Oh, hi, Jim. Yeah, I guess Jim's landscape is here too. So yeah, thanks for dropping in, Jim, and hello. Now I have other things going on with that, Jim, but thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Headsets aren't great. Yeah, no, for audio quality. No, I agree. I agree. I agree. So anyway, all right, you guys know our uh, Mikey and Suzanne. Do you know our top five science fiction? That's what I'll call it, genre for today. A lot of tied movies there, but I think the ultimate one, being 2001: A Space Odyssey, is, like I said, it's the quintessential sci-fi film. It has everything in it: drama, horror, action, adventure, everything you need in a great sci-fi film. It set the bar pretty high. And then you had Star Wars, the original, A New Hope, that came out in 1977, and from there, everything changed. Everything changed. Uh, Not much for the but mostly for some. You know, there was some great sci-fi that came out of there later on. The Martian, Interstellar. Those are just a few, honorable mentions. Uh, Planet of the Apes. You can call that a science fiction, horror franchise. You know, um, that was very good. Love the Planet of the Apes. That would be probably one of my uh, alternate, honorable mention picks. Would be Planet of the Apes. Not the Mark Wahlberg thing. No, 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 no. Everything with Charlton Heston, and then with Roddy McDowell after that. Yeah, yeah. No, no, Donnie Wahlberg or not Mark Wahlberg thing. No, 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 no. Okay, so that does it for today. That's our webcam. Oh, excuse me. Jesus, this is terrible. Okay, that's our webcam picks for today. Next week, I said we'll do horror, and then the following week we'll do adventure and slash fantasy. We already got some picks for those, but after that third week, we want you guys to let us know what you think. What should we do as the next top five picks and the different genres that are out there in music and TV and films and other forms of life too. There's a lot of other different genres, not just those first three, obviously. But you guys can let us know. Like I said, in the community section or here, right down there. See down there in the comments. Yeah, you guys can put stuff out there because I'm trying to allow for live replay to come out on what you guys had said, and then I just kind of look that over and say, oh, okay, that's a good genre to think about. Yeah, and put it for future weeks. Yeah, future Sundays. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much everything. So I'm sorry. I ramble on. I when I tend to get into a thing like this, I kind of just ramble on, just kind of say things, but try to get everything out there. All right. So we'll see you guys again next time, Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Central, 4 and 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for our next A-Team series review, which will be a live stream. We'll see how long we can run it for. If anybody wants to come by, say hello, jump into the chat to give your views, opinions. Um, hey, we might even let somebody come in the panel and if they've seen A-Team before and in that particular episode, they can let us know what they think. I don't mind that. I've done it with other streams myself. If because I have such a good, I thank God for having such good knowledge, and seen a lot of this great, TV stuff that came out in the '80s. So anyway, take care, everyone. Again, Resolute Germ, Gap After Dark, Dadman Walking 55. Thank you all for coming by tonight, this afternoon, and we'll talk to you guys then again on Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern for A Team.